Hi dear students, I am Sanjay Roy and you are welcome to my physics digiteaching channel. Today I will teach you what is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is a physical quantity and it is related to the rotational dynamics of rigid body. What is the definition of moment of inertia? Moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis of rotation is defined as the sum of products of masses constituting the rigid body and the square of their distances from the axis of rotation. Say this is an axis AB and here a rigid body of mass capital M. The body is consist of number of small mass. Say this is M1, this is M2, this is M3 and this is Mn. N number of small masses constitute this rigid body. The distance of M1 is R1 from the axis of rotation and this is M2 at R2, this is R3, this is Rn. From the definition of moment of inertia, here moment of inertia of the whole rigid body about the axis AB is M1 R1 square plus M2 R2 square plus M3 R3 square plus Mn Rn square or summation M I Ri square. Here I is 1 to n. Then we say that moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis of rotation AB is the sum of the products of masses and the distance between the axis and the constituting particles. Here we see that I equal to summation mr square. If the rigid body is continuous, that is continuous mass distribution, then we can write I equal to integration r square dm. Here this is the rigid body and small elemental mass dm and it is at a distance r. Then the moment of inertia of this elemental mass is r square dm, and if we integrate r square dm, then we get the total moment of inertia of this rigid body. Next, radius of gyration. What is radius of gyration? Radius of gyration of a rigid body about an axis of rotation is the distance from this axis where the whole mass of this rigid body is supposed to be concentrated, and such that the moment of inertia of this point mass is same as the actual moment of inertia of the actual mass distribution of the body. Say the whole mass of this body is concentrated at this point. Here the mass m, total mass, here m equal to m1 plus m2 plus dot plus mn. and this distance, perpendicular distance of this point is k. Then here the point mass is the whole mass of this rigid body. Now the moment of inertia I equal to m k square. This moment of inertia is same for actual mass distribution of the body m1, m2, m2, m3 etc. And actual moment of inertia I equal to summation mi ri square. If these are equal, then we get k is the radius of gyration and it is given by k equal to I by m. Is it clear? Radius of gyration. Now I discuss two very important theorem relating to moment of inertia. The first one is perpendicular axis theorem. What is perpendicular axis theorem? Say this is a two-dimensional laminar body. The plane of the body is the xy plane. This is x axis and this is y axis. Now we consider another axis perpendicular on the plane of the body and passing through the intersection of x and y axis, and this is say z, OZ. Now moment of inertia of this laminar body about x axis is Ix, y axis is Iy and z axis is Iz. Then according to the perpendicular axis theorem, Ix plus Iy equal to Iz. That is the sum of the moment of inertia of a laminar body about two axes intersecting perpendicularly to each other is equal to the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the intersection of the two given axes and perpendicular to the laminar. That is Ix plus Iy equal to Iz. Okay. Then I repeat, here is a plane laminar, that is two-dimensional body. XY plane is the parallel to the plane of this body, and OZ is the another axis which is perpendicular to the plane of the laminar and passing through the intersection of OX and OY axis. If Ix is the moment of inertia about x axis, Iy is the moment of inertia about y axis, and OZ, here Iz is the moment of inertia about OZ axis, then the sum of Ix plus Iy equal to Iz. This is the perpendicular axis theorem. We can use this theorem to calculate moment of inertia of any symmetrical body. I am giving an example. Say moment of inertia of a circular disc. This is a circular disc. Moment of inertia of a circular disc about its diameter. Say this is a circular disc and this is the diameter. Now I have to calculate the moment of inertia about this diameter. Say this is x-axis and we take another perpendicular axis, y-axis. This is also another axis passing through another diameter. Say this is the moment of inertia Ix and about the y-axis the moment of inertia is Iy. If we consider another axis, z-axis, which is passing through the center of the disc and perpendicular to x and y axis, this is z-axis, and the moment of inertia Iz. Then from the perpendicular axis theorem, Ix plus Iy equal to Iz. Now see that here the x-axis and y-axis is symmetry. If we rotate the figure, then this will be x-axis and this will be y-axis. So we can say Ix equal to Iy. From the symmetry of the figure, Ix equal to Iy. And this will give 2Ix equal to Iz. Or Ix equal to Iz by 2. Therefore, we see that the moment of inertia about any diameter, that is Ix equal to Iz by 2. Now, you know here this is the circular disc and this axis z axis. Iz equal to, we know, half m r square. Here r is the radius, m is the mass of the disc. Then if we put 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 m r square, that is m r square by 4. So using perpendicular axis of theorem, we calculated here the moment of inertia of a circular disc about any axis passing through diameter. Next we discuss parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. Parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. Say this is a rigid body of mass capital M. We want to calculate moment of inertia about any axis AB. Then we draw, say this is the center of mass of the body of mass M. Center of mass. We consider another body, another axis parallel to AB and passing through the center of mass. This is CD. Now we discuss about parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. Parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. It states that the moment of inertia of a rigid body about any axis of rotation is the sum of moment of inertia of the body about an axis passing through center of mass and parallel to the given axis plus the product of mass and the square of perpendicular distance between the two parallel axes. Here I show it with figure. Say this is a rigid body. We want to calculate the moment of inertia about any axis AB. We consider this is the center of mass of the body and we draw another axis parallel to AB and this axis passing through the center of mass. Say this axis is CD and the perpendicular distance between them is R. The mass of the body is M. Then according to the parallel axis theorem, IAB, that is moment of inertia about any axis, is the sum of the moment of inertia about an axis passing through center of mass and parallel to the given axis. And this is say IC. IC is the moment of inertia of the rigid body about an axis passing through center of mass, and this is say IC plus the sum of the mass and the square of the perpendicular distance between two parallel axes. This is parallel axis theorem. It is very easy and we can use this theorem to calculate moment of inertia of any symmetric body. Now I am giving an example. Calculate moment of inertia of a solid sphere about an axis passing through any tangent. Calculate the moment of inertia of a solid sphere about an axis passing through any tangent. Here, this is our solid sphere and the axis is any tangent of the sphere. This is center and this distance is R. Mass of the sphere is capital M. Now as before, according to parallel axis theorem, we draw another axis passing through the center of mass of the rigid body. So this is the axis AB and this is the axis CD. Then moment of inertia about axis AB, IAB equal to ICD plus MR square. Here CD is the axis passing through center of mass and we know that this moment of inertia of a solid sphere about an axis passing through center of mass is given by I equal to 2 by 5 mr square. Here I equal to ICD, therefore 2 by 5 mr square plus mr square. Then this will give 7 by 5 mr square. Okay, then today we learnt about moment of inertia, radius of gyration, and two important theorem, perpendicular axis theorem and parallel axis theorem, and two example of this theorem. Okay, tata.